Alright.
Yeah, so howdy y'all. We're just out here on the trail. Thought we'd retrace our steps and go back to one of my old drawings here.
I'm here as today's emotional support animal. Woof.
Aw, thanks, bud, even in spite of my western drawl.
Um, well, I figured I'd adopt the furry moniker I don't actually have since I'll be
Yet?
coloring a furry comic. Listen, I talk about this enough on the show, but I mainly color a furry comic. My favorite streamer to watch is a furry. I don't have much time left before I'm labeled this, no matter how untrue it is. Not that I even have a problem with it. I'm just a fan of accurate representation. But
Dakota stands furries.
I mean, honestly, at this point, yeah, every single one I've met's been awesome. So actually, that's an accurate statement.
Well, I'm glad you support the community.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm here. I'm working on NDA stuff, so that's why no one's gonna see anything from me today. And this was Travis's show. I just came here to support the lad.
And I appreciate it. It gets lonely out here on the trail.
Yeah, I will be in and out randomly muting and whatnot too. So
Yeah.
I'm also here to abuse. I'm here to abuse my vocabulary apparently, but and also abuse my mod powers.
Oh, fun. That'll be fun. I've got to figure out how to make arms holding spears work. When in doubt, delete your art. Yeah, so I liked this pose, say, for arguably the most important part of it. But
So I to immediately cut you off because you're talking about art and that's not what this channel is about. Um, One of my friends proposed that an older version of Will from Stranger Things is just Danny Sexbang, which I find
why
hilarious
Will?
considering. Yeah, which I find hilarious considering Mike's actor has been in one of their music videos.
As young Danny? Like Finn Wolfhard played young Danny
Yeah,
in that music video?
I am relaying the information because I am interested to see why Will. I'm gonna mute for a sec. I gotta redo
Okay.
my headphones that are on weird.
So let's see. What did I even use to sketch this motherfucker?
Have you been keeping up with One Piece? It
Uh,
was Aaron who was behind.
yes, I'm entirely caught up in the reading, so can't spoil me
Okay.
none.
Okay. Well, first off, I'm super happy with where they are right now. That's all I'll say. Um, your guy's giving me really big. What's his name? Brush dude from the Red Scabbards. Kenjiro, maybe? Was that his name?
Conjuro, I believe. Yeah.
Kanjuro. Yeah.
The one who was kind of like he had some mild kabuki themes.
Yeah. That's it. You're. I'm kind of getting the same feeling from what you got going on right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. The face is definitely going to change. Like this face is a crime.
Okay. Now the argument is that Danny should be old Mike in Stranger Things to complete the circle. I approve.
Oh my god! Like if he got on Stranger Things Daniel Avidan would never shut the fuck up about it.
Never.
But
I
I'd
will
be
say,
happy for him.
watching Game Grumps lately has made me really appreciate how much funnier Danny's gotten over the years.
Oh yeah, I'd say he was pretty funny starting out, and then he got very, very timid. I'd say really afraid to push any boundaries at all, and really butt up against any corners. But I mean, that's just a hot take.
I'm sorry, what was the hot take again?
Um, for a
I'm being a bad friend.
for a good long no, I get it. You're working. For a good long while, it seemed like he was really afraid to like brush up against any walls or anything. Really push any buttons in any way, shape, or form. Like he was just as mild mannered as mild mannered got.
Yeah, it felt like there was like a 2 year period where both him and Aaron were too afraid to actually make jokes.
Yeah, and I mean, Aaron was definitely the wild card there for a little while, which was weird, but he found his own kind of doing it. Whereas Danny
Yeah.
was often the straight man, just because like he's such a sensitive lad.
And now they're getting. Now I feel like they're getting so much closer to not the same style of Super Mega, but the chemistry they have, in the sense of sometimes I can't tell if it's Aaron or Danny leading the jokes because they're both so cohesive.
Yeah,
And it's just really nice to see because I remember a couple of years ago I revisited them. I think it was my first year in college. So what, 3 years ago I revisited Game Grumps and just it did not feel good. Went back to some of the older videos and I'm like, all right, this is great. It just felt like they had a rough patch there for a while, like for the year or two before COVID.
yeah, absolutely. Like that's about when I started falling off again, and then I kind of revisited them. I forgot what it was exactly that brought me back to them, but
Probably drug use.
maybe yeah. I just couldn't quit the shit.
Maybe I'm projecting here, but yeah, no. I also noticed. I feel like I'm in. I guess a majority is the way to say it with that too, because I noticed their numbers kind of went through the same trend that I felt. So, and I guess that makes sense if I was part of their fan base. When they lost the fan base, they lost it. When they didn't, they didn't. So,
Yeah.
basically, my argument here in the last minute has been water is wet. So. Where is I'm also really distracted right now because my sister has friends over upstairs and they're having fun and shit. But it's just I've got noises coming in from every fucking possible direction.
Understandable. I've got a nice quiet day here at the house.
Yeah, I was pretty excited when I saw you wanted to do this.
Yeah, like I said,
Because-
after convention, now that that's over, I can put more time and effort into this, and I mean it's something I've wanted to do, but my focus is just being drawn in too many different directions.
Drawn.
Uh.
Just reminded me of the I recently showed a friend the We Shop Wednesday video, and your there just reminded me of the end of that.
I'm not familiar, I don't think.
Oh, we're gonna have to show you that.
Live on stream. Someone else's
maybe.
content.
Oh god, we really are on Twitch now. We're learning.
If we were on TikTok, we could get away with it, because from what I understand, TikTok's just people showing their faces looking at other people's shit.
Yeah, TikTok's just degeneracy. I mean, literally half of TikTok. I mean, it's like YouTube. Half of it's bullshit. It's just, I feel like TikTok's particular brand of bullshit is getting away with every bad creative decision ever if you're attractive
With
to some demographic.
abject copyright infringement.
Yeah. The reason people who actually have transformative content have to piss their pants at night, worrying if big advertisement's going to come down and ruin everything.
Right. Oh well, then it'll be on to the next one.
It's all right. Luckily, there's kind of an unspoken rule with comic book publishers and creators that, like, hey, if you work in the industry, near the industry, or have been on any of our books, you can sell our characters and prints, even though it's technically illegal, out of like a show of good faith because they've made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not directly a character you worked on, which I've always respected. Except for, there is a story of one guy who went after Marvel, and they shut that down real fast.
How so?
I don't remember the details, but the artist was... I remember it was one of those rare cases where the artist was being a dickhead and not the corporation. He had some really bad take and was trying to sue Marvel over... royalties on something, and it was a really outlandish claim because he didn't directly work on that title.
Oh, okay.
But he was claiming his past contributions to it entitled him to something, and Marvel was just like, stop selling our characters.
Now, I hear there's one guy who's like notorious for shutting down fan artists and the
Yeah, I've heard of Disney and Pokemon.
I don't have his name handy right now, but I might be able to look it up just to see if it rings a bell.
I mean, God, so many people do that. If he's infamous for it, now I'm curious.
Let's see. I didn't even hit music. Let's get that going. I have so many tabs open.
The way of the world, buddy. I'm currently fixing a mistake, yet again caught on this book. And it turns out the penciler just didn't want to turn on the layers with this character's tail on for like 5 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to go in and fix all that. I'm just like, man, couldn't have been for a good reason.
Okay, I found it. It's Eric
You found the music?
Green?
Eric Green. I don't know. I haven't heard about the... Most of my stories came firsthand from my teachers, so if they didn't know my teacher, I didn't.
Gotcha.
Eric Green. Let me look into it.
Yeah, it's just somebody I heard is infamous for copyright striking, small stores and stuff. Like fan artists.
I think the fact that I haven't heard his name kind of proves that he has his only way to stay relevant is to do that. So I'm just going to write him off as a hack.
Fair enough. Yeah, because I was curious how a lot of people felt about, like, industry people felt about fan artists. And it's, like... So you were saying, like, if they've worked on it, they're cool with fan art, but...
Normally, as long as you're a respected person in the industry and you're not, like, pushing scams or selling tasteless stuff or promoting something terrible, you're usually okay.
Gotcha.
So,
like your
it's
typical
very
convention fan artist who's, just selling prints of characters.
Yeah.
Where would they stand?
fine. You see them all the time at conventions. People sell their prints online too, with usually not a problem. Sometimes Disney and Pokemon will get on people for that, but usually it's not too fucked with. You very rarely hear about it. Like, even as much as I want to shit on Pokemon and their company for being horrendous about it, the only time I've ever seen them actively go after people was when I think Pokemon was directly in her name, and she had an OnlyFans, and Pokemon wasn't cool with that, so they asked her to change her name and not sell any of that.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so basically the old-time sex is bad, adults don't do that methodology.
Well, I mean, it's directly associating something with their brand that, isn't necessarily a part of, or directly a part of their brand.
And as much as I want to make fun of it, they have every right to do that, and it's fair.
Yeah.
So, and that's like one of the only times I've heard of it, but like artist alleys at Comic-Cons and stuff, you'll find anything and everything. You usually don't hear about any problems with any of that.
That's good.
I think part of it's out of respect. Part of it's probably out of fear of pissing off the people who actually make your product work. Because, unless they're really high up and really delusional, even they realize they're not shit without the people who make their, their content go.
Right. Well, that's cool, because, I just got back from a convention, and there were some really cool artists there with some really beautiful prints and interesting takes on existing characters.
Yeah. That's another thing, too, is if it's changed enough to be considered transformative or a parody, fair use usually protects them as well.
Mm-hmm. The sketch is becoming a mess.
Kind of synonymous with sketch, though, really.
Yeah. Just I didn't realize how much actual detail went into this halberd.
Is it based on something?
It appears to be her weapon in the show, but as I said when originally drawing this, I have limited familiarity with Sailor Moon.
Okay, so enough that you have to stay on model, so.
Yeah, and it's just really cool because it already kind of fits the aesthetic. So it'd be a shame to lose some of the cool detail of it.
None of my frames I had on my hand fit my print? Oh, that's right, from the con. Okay, took me a second to realize what you were saying, Kyra.
Oh, Kyra's here. Aw, I'm sorry. I got Kyra a Howl print that I believe is an 11x17, because that's pretty standard.
It's the most common for comic book artists to use, and most illustrators, just because it's the size comic artists work on. Kyra, if you find out what size it is, I have an extra frame on hand I can look at. And I think I have some, they're not fancy, but at least protective, cardboard sleeves for 11x17s.
I've been in the habit lately of, for all the prints and art I have, going to thrift stores and just finding wall art and stuff that has a close or matching size. So I probably look like some kind of fucking creeper going around and measuring all this shit in a thrift store.
You kidding me? In a thrift store, that's probably one of the normal things. And last thrift store I was in, I had to watch an old lady awkwardly make a drug deal.
Aw. They grow up so fast.
Yeah. I'm gonna love these moments where dead air just happens because we're both super focused on drawing.
Yeah, but that's the point of this one. It's a chill stream.
You don't get to be chill.
Aw. Just once, please.
No.
Papa, I'm tired.
Lukewarm only.
It's a nice tepid stream.
Yeah, you don't get to be comfortable, you don't get to be uncomfortable.
Ah, that's life, baby. Life is just kind of in a general malaise. Life feels itchy.
I wasn't listening, I was in the malaise. Yeah, I saw that too, Kyra.
Ooh, you're right. Yeah, they showed me a a sale for one of the hardcover releases, and now that it's continuing, like, it would be the time to jump on that bandwagon if I weren't so fucking broke.
That's alright, we just need our lawyer viewers to commission you.
Oh, I have been working on one, but
I knew that was going to be ham-fisted, but damn, that was ham-fisted. Sorry, what were you working on?
That thing for Kyra. Just a very, very late wedding present.
Dude, all my Christmas presents from last year, I've just told people are going to be Christmas presents for next year. Because I did not expect to be this busy with work. I told them their Christmas gift last year was considering the idea, and the gift this year is committing.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah, only my little brother actually got something last year, and I'm like, look, I just graduated college and moved. I am broke.
Yeah, I mean, I have been working on it, I haven't put out anything I care to call a finished product.
I need to start on a commission tonight too, but this work comes first at the moment.
Do some chunky lines, then maybe soften them up. Ooh, too chunky.
It's my favorite rap album.
It's easy to rock a line this whole damn time. It's chunky.
I didn't expect you to actually go off that. I don't think I liked it.
Well, that's too damn bad.
Yeah, I don't. It makes me feel inferior. Stop.
Oh, LeChonk. You watch that newest Pokemon?
No, but I do know what LeChonk is because, goddamn, it's everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's safe now. It's a truffle pig that seasons itself.
That's actually adorable. I'm still all up in arms about Weed Cat, though. Not even because it's just cute. Like, the last 5 generations of cat Pokemon have been ugly as sin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna eat most of these Pokemon. Because there's also an olive that cries olive oil.
God, what? They didn't even design Pokemon this year. They're just like, man, we're hungry.
Game Freak. Somebody go on a food run.
Fucking pitching ideas for the new generation of Pokemon. They just set down a piece of paper, open DoorDash, and go to town.
Try that new Spanish place down the block.
Basically, I love Huecoco too. And I'm gonna make some enemies here. The duck is super fucking underwhelming to me.
I like it because of his pompadour, but
that's all he has.
That's because I've gotten more into JoJo's recently.
Fair, but I stand by that he's just stolen valor Farfetch'd.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm so violently against the duck. I guess a duck did something to me at some point, but man.
Ducks are mean.
Yeah.
I don't think I like the texture on this brush after all. Delete, delete, delete.
Control Z. I haven't looked over. Have you kept anything since we started? I mean, I'm
It is a good pen.
Redrawing and recoloring shit I've already... Oh yeah, do you want any of my brushes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after stream. That's something we always forget to bring up. I say we. Something I always forget to bring up.
Well, if I remembered, I'd have them.
True. You know what? Back to your fault. Thanks for taking the ball out of my court.
For sure.
I almost said, thanks for stealing my boar.
You're LeChonk.
He is a good
Says
piggy.
Litten was cute. Yeah, I did like Litten.
True. In my defense, though, I knew nothing about that era of Pokemon.
It turned into Wrestling Heel Cat, which is cool as shit.
Oh, okay. I vaguely know there's one. Isn't there one that's just like literally called Perugly?
Yes.
Okay.
It evolves from Glameow.
Glam Meow?
Glameow, yeah.
Jesus Christ. So they literally took the concept of glow up and reversed it.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I mean, at least they knew what they were doing on purpose that time.
It's the cat that, peaked in high school.
Oh. I wouldn't know. Still haven't peaked. It's only an upward trend, Travis. And your silence will not deter me.
That Alolan Meowth. Alolan Meowth was sassy.
Wait, isn't Alolan Meowth the one that's just Viking Meowth?
That's Galarian.
Galarian? Oh, never mind. What's Alolan?
It's got gray fur, and it's sassy.
Oh, okay. Berserker Meowth. Oh, that's what it's called, Berserker. Right?
Yeah.
That best Meowth.
Because it's based off of some sort of Scottish breed of cat.
I mean, listen. I know about as much about cat breeds as I do car breeds, and I like cats, so I'm not gonna pretend I know.
Yeah, I didn't know until recently, and I'm like, oh, that's why some cats don't look the same.
Oh, they're different. I just thought they all got ran through the printer.
Yeah, sometimes you get a coffee jam, you end up with one of them smush-faced cats, and then sometimes you get a real long boy.
God, I saw a long-haired munchkin cat earlier today when scrolling through some bullshit app, and I just couldn't stop staring. It was so funny.
Oh my god. In my old neighborhood, that shitty neighborhood I used to live in, there was a big black furry munchkin cat that ran those streets.
The mob boss.
It just made me happy to see him waddling his way along. Also, slightly related, I learned recently that there's such thing as a crossbreed between a dachshund and a pit bull, and it looks like it shouldn't exist.
I mean, dude, dog breeding, I don't think anyone would really argue about this if they thought about it for more than a few minutes, but dog breeding has gone way too far for way too long.
Yeah, because, alright, picture a pit bull. You know how they're jacked as hell and they got big ol' square heads?
Sure.
No, just give them the feet of a dachshund.
So they can't support their own body weight.
It doesn't look like it. They're still jacked as hell, but they got little twinkle toes.
So it's just like skipped leg day meme, basically.
Yeah. Kara says Alolan Persian looks like an incel.
Alright, I have to look up Alolan now.
Oh, this kills Dakota.
It really does. Oh my god. It's the head shape that does it for me. 100% the head shape.
I'm a trainer.
God, it's like this guy I knew at Cubert who his diet was literally Chef Boyardee. No joke. So it's story time. This is like 2 years ago at the height of COVID in New Jersey, and I'm at the dorms for my college. Small, very small school. So a lot of people go home. We didn't know how, this was back when no one knew how long this shit was gonna last. So we have a storm one night, and I'm the guy in charge of the dorms. I'm the RA. So I go through all the rooms to make sure all of the windows are closed. And as I do, I run into another student breaking into a third student's room. And he's in there to steal food. And he just tells me this, matter of fact. And turns out he, for some reason, knew another student had a stash of unrivaled Chef Boyardee goods. Literally every brand of canned Chef Boyardee you could think of, all in this drawer of his dresser. Filled to the brim. It wasn't a small drawer either. This was like $200 of Chef Boyardee products, all name brand. And that's all he had in this drawer. This dude...
What did you do? How did you, solve this moral quandary?
I looked at the window, said, wow, good thing no one's in here because that window's closed, and left. Which, yes, made no sense, but I just left. It wasn't my problem.
Fair enough.
That student was, oh wait, no, that was second year. I wasn't in charge yet. That's why I didn't do anything. I was in charge the next year. But yeah, this kid also had, something that resembled IBS, and I think the constant diet of Chef Boyardee may have been why.
Huh. You mean reconstituted veal proteins and sugar-based tomato sauce? Do not a diet make?
God, who would have figured? I mean, this was a guy I had to have earnest talks with about, hey, you have to take a shower while you live here.
Oh, stinky boy.
Yeah. He was one of two I had to have that talk with.
Jeepers creepers.
And both of them were in their mid-20s.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
That's a real cool.
Luckily, I convinced the school that we should be able to fine students who don't follow this, and now it's a common practice. So
there's a hygiene requirement on admittance?
Yes. One that's actually, like, punishable if they don't follow it now.
Nice.
And it should have been in place, because one of those students actually almost killed himself. Because he would rub himself down in the showers with... Sorry, one sec, I gotta merge a layer. He would rub himself in the... not in the shower, but in a, like, urinal stall with alcohol wipes instead of taking a shower.
Yeah, same thing. They clean.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Never touched the water. He eventually had alcohol burns from the chemicals, or chemical burns maybe, I don't know if they were specifically alcohol, but he eventually had burns in his armpit that got infected when he went out and walked in the rain one day. And this was during COVID, so he just thought he had COVID. Yeah, so this idiot waited until he lost motor control of his right arm. It was his right arm, I believe. He lost motor control of his fucking arm before going to the hospital.
That's cool. And as an artist?
Yeah. He was left-handed. But I didn't find out about any of this until some of the other students were like, yeah, it looks... I shouldn't have said his name. So-and-so looks really bad. He looks extremely sick. And I immediately was like, oh no, if one of the students here have COVID, I have to deal with it. So I went to check on him. And it turns out he had gone to the hospital because he couldn't move his right arm.
Oh.
He ended up having this massive infection that had to be drained in his armpit.
Ugh.
And this is all because he wouldn't take a shower. This was after I had already yelled at him, saying he had to take a shower multiple times. He lied to my face about it, and it's just like, ugh. And, Red Axum's comment of,
Yeah.
college students being another thing we don't need to breed is very accurate. I was just like, God damn, dude, take a shower. That's it. Just a little soap, and you would have had both your arms functioning.
Nah, that's time you can't spend playing, I don't know, Overwatch?
I don't know. He wasn't even a gamer. That was the weird thing. He definitely wasn't a good student, but, like, I don't understand how he lost so much of his time not doing dick. But yeah, I mean, he sure saved you speedrunning showers, that's for sure. Depression can be a bitch. He could have been depressed on the inside. Outwardly, he was blissfully ignorant and jovial, and completely carefree in the world. So it is possible. And, you know, if he would have been...
Yeah,
cool, that's fine.
Responsible on the dorm, the responsibility of the dorm to manage his physical and mental well-being.
Yeah. I mean, we also did everything we could, like, made sure he was alright, and asked him, like, we straight up offered to buy him shampoo and shit, and like, hey, are you okay? Like, are you good to be here? Because, we had a couple mental health instances during COVID. Like, I was on suicide watch more times than anyone ever should be.
Oh boy.
Yeah. One of our students from out of the nation did not handle COVID very well, poor guy.
That's understandable.
He did bounce back and ended up doing really great, which was awesome to see, but he had a tough patch.
Yeah, that can be scary.
Yeah. But, no shower boy, I don't think, was one of those. Yeah, we had plenty of people do the 2-hour sad boy showers. That's fine.
Oh yeah, it's the only place in my life I feel warmth.
Yep. Oh god, you could always tell when someone was, like, ready for school or not based on how long they took a shower that morning or the night before. You'd be like, hey, where's, let's say Steve? I was like, oh, he's been in the shower for 2 hours. It's like, oh shit, he's not done with Tom's homework. And sure enough, it was true. And I know that because I've been the guy in the shower.
Just having dissociation where it's safe.
Yeah. But yeah, end of the story is, you know, and I'm sure it happens at a lot of colleges, but, it was probably just exacerbated because it's a small college. It's just like, man, there's weird college students. People don't know how to take care of themselves.
Fun times at the Hubert Corral.
Basically. Good news is, aside from the few key people, especially that year, everyone else was really good. Pretty We did have one student, this wasn't when I was in charge, this was, I left the day the last year students came in. I had already graduated, and I was helping them intake the new students before I left the dorms. One of them walked in after very clearly being told, and this is like New Jersey law at the time, that they had to have a COVID test. And he just walked in without a COVID test and just tried to deadpan stare the teacher and be like, yeah, I don't need that. So
that'll show him.
Yeah.
That'll show the whole school.
I heard he was gone very shortly after.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to infringe on his rights. Big Pharma.
That's the funny thing is,
give him a microchip.
I don't even think he was anti-vax. I think he was just that fucking lazy.
Oh, cool.
So it was just like, not even the typical, you know, no mask, no vaccine, my body, my choice stuff. It was just, he didn't do it. And there was not really a reason for it. But, you know.
Live and learn.
Right. He was one of those fresh out of high school students.
Ready
Those
to
ones,
take on the world in the most petty ways possible.
That was one of the interesting things, is every demographic, aside from... No, actually, I just think every demographic at that college had about the same amount of good students, bad hygiene, perfectly normal people. It was like an even spread across every age group and year. It was just kind of a gamble of where they landed, which I didn't expect.
Action asked what colors we're doing for the scout. And Kyra nailed it. It's going to be a purple base color scheme, because it's Saturn or the color scheme is going to be based on Saturn.
From the Milky Way?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's Mars and Company.
No.
They also make M&Ms and Snickers.
I used to live near one of the Mars factories.
Really?
Yep. That's it. There's really not much more interesting about that story. Never went there. Never stole chocolate. Never had fun. I didn't see any of the M&Ms.
They didn't invite a bunch of people in one day, finally opening their doors?
No. I heard there was going to be a battle royale to replace the green M&M because they thought she was too hot. But we didn't make it in time.
Ah, bummer, man. Did
you know
see
about
what
that
they've
thing?
done to her?
Okay.
They made my M&M less sexy.
God, it was always funny because I was never sure if people were actually mad about that or not. Those are the Outer Scouts. Oh, okay, so there were two subgroups. I thought there was like a main cast and a like extended cast that came in later seasons. I remember some stuff vaguely from like the Toonami days, back when you caught 1 or 2 episodes every few seasons.
Outer Scouts. I only eat sexy M&Ms. That's why I don't eat M&Ms anymore.
I mean, if you got a chocolate fetish, that's an easy task.
I know for a fact Kyra has the opposite of a chocolate fetish.
Oh wow, so that's like a self-discipline challenge.
Just a full-on chocolate aversion.
Buddy, why do you draw the tail the same way 5 times and then this time it's different? I'm yelling at my work for anyone who doesn't understand.
It's, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn, I guess, are the Outer Rangers, or Outer Scouts. Saturn was forced awake to destroy the world. Okay, so it is like Power Rangers, and Saturn is the Green Ranger. Because the Green Ranger got his powers from Rita Repulsa, and was set in to infiltrate the Power Rangers, but then turned good, because he also was a teenager with attitude.
So did you just, like, not want to give me a spoiler warning? Because now I don't want to watch it.
I mean, you can watch the whole redemption arc.
Well, now I know there's a redemption arc, Travis.
I know for a fact you've seen the movie.
Wait, hold on. I have a news?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll concede just this bullshit bit just because that's a good movie.
Besides, there's plenty of Power Rangers out there for you to watch that's not even Mighty Morphin.
No, you act like there's 8 seasons.
At least.
There's probably closer, like 25 or something. Dude, no joke. I remember when I was bored at, like... It was sometime in late middle school, early high school or something. I remember it was like one of those apathetic moods where the video games don't sound fun. Like, none of your normal hobbies sounded fun. I remember I think it was like a channel block called Jagex on Disney. I would just watch copious amounts of Power Rangers. And after watching every session, I would just be like, I don't even like this. Why am I watching?
You're invested.
And sure enough, I would keep watching and eventually just had to accept, oh well, I like it.
I'm gonna cheat because I can't seem to draw a straight line today.
What do you mean by cheat?
Oh, that doesn't work. I was gonna try and use the shift command on this brush to draw a straight line.
If you put down a dot and then press shift and drag it around, you can do it without, like, having to hold shift.
Oh, clever boy. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, not cheating, because if you're doing art traditionally, you would use a ruler, right?
Yeah.
So what you're saying would insinuate using a ruler is cheating, which is asinine.
But it is. If you can't freehand it, you're not a true master.
I mean, I'd agree with that, but I also only know of 2 artists who can freehand a straight line with an ink brush across like an entire page.
Yeah. One of them is
So.
that Korean guy.
Yep, one of them is, I think it's Kim Junji?
Is he the one who just has like that massive visual database in his brain?
Yeah.
Like he pretty much draws entirely from memory.
Oh, Kim Jung-ji. Or Gi.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it's G or Gi, so I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, great artist. And the other one's one of my teachers, Tom Mandrake. We watched him pull a straight line of white ink across a page, one corner to the other, like it was nothing. And I distinctly remember one of the students looked up at him and, with like full malice, went, "I fucking hate you." Just because he was able to do that. I like how when layers are locked in Photoshop, you can still merge layers into them, which seems like an oversight.
Yeah.
Even though I just meant to do it. It seems like one of those things that's like unintentional. Alright.
I mean...
Oh my god, there's more spoilers from Kyra for the show I was totally gonna watch.
I'm okay getting the condensed version. I've got other things to watch.
That's true.
So...
Like Power Rangers, so you can spoil more of it for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in line... I just left it because Pluto Dieting's in line with what our scientists thought about the planets. They're just like, well, it happened in Sailor Moon, so fuck this planet.
They're just throwing a hissy fit because their character died in the show they like.
It's like, that's it. Thank God the other ones made it through.
But this works, honestly, and saves us all some time. We each watch a show, spoil it for everybody else.
Oh,
just expedite our content intake.
I don't think they're here in chat, but Look an Elephant and I came up with this great idea for a show where we this was inspired by the 30-second GIFs of Morbius, of the entire movie in 30 seconds, where we have a podcast where we watch one video, one person's seen it, the other hasn't, and we watch the 30-second GIF of the entire movie and try to explain the plot each watch through.
Oh, nice.
And just let whatever bullshit ensue.
That sounds really good. I'd listen to that, watch it, whatever. However you put it out.
I mean, it's one of those ideas that probably won't actually happen, but whatever.
All it takes is doing it. That's how
Yeah,
we got here.
I mean, true, but lazy.
Fair. Also busy.
That's more of what I meant, is my brain is soup by the time I'm done with my obligations.
Actually,
Which I'm sure...
If we're gonna watch Mad God next weekend, I'd very much like to. I believe somebody has Shudder. Have you heard about this movie, Dakota? I didn't mean to cut you off, but this movie is fucking cool looking.
I have not, but it's on Shudder, so I'm interested.
It's Phil Tippett's Mad God, and it's a stop-motion animated movie that took 30 years to make. Just because he, I don't know, had this vision and wanted to do it all himself.
I mean, mad respect, but the dude's fucking insane. Or,
that's very
Oof.
much the case.
I'll be back in a few.
Right on. Yeah, I'd be down for a watch party of that. So that means it's another weekend putting off D&D. Unless we did it. Wait, what is next weekend? Yeah, I'd only have probably one day I could do one or the other. And I don't know that we'd be able to split our attention between Mad God and D&D. We can barely split our attention to just D&D. One shot the same day. Alright, so we meet at 8 a.m. Watch Mad God on an empty stomach. Then we have a big old brunch. And then we have the most lethargic game of D&D ever. Which honestly sounds like a dang good day to me. But I know Jake and Mary probably got obligations and stuff. I mean, there are only so many cat toys here. Just can, throw about. She puts my TV in the cat's water bowl. Well, if she does, she does. Don't like this line here.
What was the title of that God Hand thing again?
Also look up the trailer for God Hand because it's really good. But it's Phil Tippett's Mad God.
Mad God, sorry. That would explain why I was only getting trailers for, or episodes of the game God Hand, where apparently Stage 8 is named Death Shudder. Because I typed in...
Has the power of the God Hand.
I'll be back.
If I like this character design, am I going to make a monster to go with it? I kind of like this character design, but I don't know what I'd do for a monster. I don't even know what Sailor Moon enemies look like. I know there's that robot chicken joke about like the dominatrix being like the big Sailor Moon enemy. But I mean, that's from a time when all anime villains were sexy. What am I saying? They still are.
Now they just make you question what you know about your sexuality.
Yeah.
Also, I'm watching the trailer now. This seems absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah. Real human teeth.
I can associate with something else besides Psychonauts.
so it will depend. There's the one arc where they turn random items into big boobied women, like tires or cars, and there's the arc where they used animals and turn them into women. Okay, so it's always sexy. I can just pick a thing at random, and make it sexy.
It just sounds like Twitter artists.
Yeah. Reminds me of, vaguely of that episode of Dexter's Lab where there's a very anime villain, but it was before I really knew what anime was. But boy, did that villain, make me think things I wasn't ready to understand about myself.
I had a feeling that's where that was going. Oh, poor young Travis, forever scarred.
Nah, just a birth by sleep.
Man, why does it always lead back to fucking Kingdom Hearts?
I don't know. It's our brand.
Boy! Do we make more or less sense than Kingdom Hearts?
So far less.
So far.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on our compendium here. We're gonna need, Kyra, we're gonna need you to start compiling our, Cimmerillion, so we have some kind of cohesive lore for this stupid bullshit show.
Wow. I happen to like this stupid bullshit.
I do, but you still called it stupid bullshit.
Yeah, I wasn't disagreeing with the notion, just how you said it.
For this stupid bullshit show.
Wow, I like that even less. Go back to the first one. Listen, I'm only half paying attention because right now I'm dissecting a script and trying to make sense of this.
Oh, still comic stuff?
Yeah, right now I'm breaking down the scenes into different color palettes that fit, which is usually one of the hardest parts for me at the moment.
Gotcha.
Because I have to consider all the characters' natural and local colors, and then try to set a mood. That way every scene doesn't look the exact same. Fleshbone. Oh, cool! We get a Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
Yeah, it'll be the Tenpeisonomicon.
Did I ever show you that song based on the Army of the Dead series? I think I might have linked it to you a while ago.
I don't. Was that the one? You'd sent. Excuse me. You sent me one that featured Less Than Jake artists.
Oh no, but by the same band.
Oh, okay.
That was the It one, like It the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because it had all the circus horns, and so they got some horn players.
That's right. We were talking about ska that day, and it led into that because anytime I can interject my shitty genre of music, I dive right in.
Hey man, I listen to ska. I get it.
Listen, that may be the one thing like less socially reputable than mine. I think it goes my shitty metal, ska, and under there's a genre called porno grind.
Yeah, I mean, somewhere down there is hyper. What is Gex considered?
I think it's hyper pop, right?
That sounds right.
I think that's what you were telling me about a year ago. You're the one who introduced me to the concept, so.
Yeah, just very noisy.
By the way, I never asked, how long you think you're going to be going today?
I'm thinking doing a 2-hour stream. Seeing if I can't get anything accomplished in that time. If I can't, then I have not improved at all. But if I can, then I mean that's hopefully a good sign.
Tell you what, you stream as long as you want, and I can stay here and keep you company.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do 2 hours. That's as long as I want.
I was curious if that would change anything.
No, I've got a very productive day ahead and behind me.
Ah,
Jesus, I don't know what that banging is. I believe the 2-year-old below me has very heavy feet.
oh my god, my younger sister, who's she's 13, was mad the other day. She was stomping around on perp. It was so hard not to laugh because it sounded so damn goofy. Because I'm on the floor under her,
Oh, nice.
so it just sounded so goofy.
Kyra's goal is to do nothing today. Well, I
Well,
hope
no.
you achieve your goal.
You've informed us of your goals, which is something. So
Oh, yeah. Might have caught you on a
Yeah.
technicality.
we got pizza. I feel like pizza kind of gives more points to the do nothing goal, though.
Yeah,
So,
pizza is the
yeah.
do nothing of food.
I think they're back on track.
Alright, judges are saying it's okay. We'll let them stay in the competition here.
I get to be in charge today. Aaron's not here to put me in jail.
Oh yeah, it's truly the Wild West on this stream.
And it should tell
Be
you.
back in time. Aw. Thanks.
That is really sweet. Well, I was gonna shit talk Aaron, but that completely derailed me. I'm not feeling malicious anymore.
Oh, go
It's
for
too
it.
whole. Oh, okay. Notice how well behaved I am this time when Aaron's not here, and that should tell you about the sheriff.
Yeah, we've got a real fuck the police attitude out here. ACAB even means that appointed sheriff in our nonsense stream.
We're gonna get politically in trouble because we said ACAB to our self-appointed sheriff.
He's gonna come back on the next stream with military armaments. Heard you were talking shit.
Aaron, why do you have a segment on next week's Joe Rogan show? What did we say?
We're gonna give him a victim complex.
You mean more of a victim complex?
Why do you think he chose law enforcement in the first place?
Is there anybody we knew from high school that went into law enforcement? I want to see how this holds up.
Oh, I'm sure.
That way we can bully them and have the, circle of hatred continue.
I told you about Chris Wayne's 30th birthday, right? Oh shit, I just dropped him. I told you about edit that out later. His name on his 30th birthday.
Dude, I get it. It's hard to do. I outed the shower boy earlier, too,
Yeah,
on
I'm
accident.
gonna have to make a note to edit that out if I upload this to YouTube. I'll edit that name out too.
But yeah. To answer your question before you say more shit you shouldn't, yeah, you told me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, I was just like, introduce himself as a, I don't know, some upper ranking officer, and I was just like, oh man, we could have been friends. A lot of build up for no payoff in that story.
Basically, he acted like he dropped government secrets, and then we kind of went nowhere. That's alright. I remember, we'll talk about what I was going to say later. Kind of inappropriate for them now. And I'll probably forget, and it won't matter, and I'll just forget. Also a story that had no payoff. You're welcome.
See, we're just we're getting really down to the meat with 10 paces.
The meat,
We're
the spoil.
saving you time by introducing stories that we realize go nowhere and then just trailing off into nothing.
The rotten, spoiled meat of our content. Feast upon it. Let us nourish you.
Taste the corpse that is our already dead channel.
Some people make a channel, then it dies. We decided to go one step further. Just arrive dead.
Ooh, yeah. So, Kyra, anytime you want to get that Necronomicon, I think we'll need it.
Yeah, now it's on brand officially. Man. Give me all these character descriptions for what this guy looks like, and then tell me what color his hair is. And I know I'm going to get a note later going, hey, this is the wrong hair color. And I'm going to be a salty little bitch boy.
Okay, I gotta look up a reference for this garb. I don't even know what it's called.
That's right, use reference. I need to find some cowboy flesh. Ooh, even more on brand. The cowboy Comicron? How the fuck? The Yee-Homicon? I hate myself for that. I hate all of this so much.
I'm glad.
I just read Auburn Orange as Album Orange and was prepared to be extremely confused. It's Auburn Orange. I'm convinced half the time I get quoted particular colors, it's not what they want.
Should ask for hex codes. No discrepancies.
Yeah, that is something we got more issues to fix before we get to that.
Okay, so yeah, I just gotta fix these sleeves entirely. How do these even work?
You having fun?
No. Trying to find cosplay for sale pictures. But I also probably could use better search terms.
I love the character description. The character I'm working up on, one of his description is he looks clean and basic.
Perfect. Easy to render, right?
I guess. Sorry, let me just look up more vague color terms.
I think Auburn Orange is kind of like a natural hair color orange.
Yeah, that's about what I got. It's a kids, I don't know if it's kids. It's more young adult book, so I always try to blast the color a little bit more, because that's also what the guy in charge likes.
Okay, so gonna edit this a whole lot. Make it way more samurai.
Like the famous band from Cyberpunk 2077, hit game.
Yes, like the Keanu Reeves man.
Oh, Keanu Reeves swore in that game. It was really edgy.
I love when he says the F word.
Dude. And he smokes. So cool.
Oh, those are my favorite kinds of characters.
That being said, that character would have been actually the parody we're making of if it wasn't for him. But man, that... I don't think I need to explain what that game could have been.
Could have been a contender. Could have been somebody.
The number one kid. Oh my god. This character is apparently 49. They look like they're 20. Thanks, comics.
Yeah. Or like a CW20.
I mean, basically. Which, ironically, is the same as their middle schoolers, who are literally 20.
What?
Oh, all
the
the actors...
CW middle schoolers.
Yeah. All the actors who play middle schoolers in those kinds of shows are literally 20.
Yeah.
Although I think that practice has actually been slowly changing.
That's good.
At least
I guess
from what I've seen.
There is a talent pool out there, but for a good long while, like, couldn't trust kids to play kids.
Yep. They would do stupid shit like have fun. And not do drugs on camera.
Ah, little narcs. Yeah, I think Stranger Things really started a trend of actually talented kid actors.
Hey, look, kids can play kids, go fucking figure.
And also, I think, like, you know, with how accessible TikTok makes media production specifically, like, kids are getting really adept at, you know, some basic industry tools and things. Like, you know, back in the day it was, I like to make movies on, you know, old camcorder, but not everybody grew up with an old camcorder. And now everybody does, and also a suite of editing software in the palm of their hand.
Half of which is free.
Yeah.
Alright, so how do I tell this person that if every character has the same color blue suit, they're going to be confused because they have the same color blue suit?
They're all part of a gang.
Ah! Yes, the scientist gang.
I knew it. Science is a cabal.
I really don't like that this character has light green skin because they look like they're supposed to be a dog.
Oh no. They stepped out into the radium fields this time.
Yep, we're biomutant now. Listen, I'm just doing as I'm told, alright?
They all used to just be people.
I mean, they are... they literally are animal-human hybrids. That's not a... That's actually, like, a big part of the premise. I don't know what caused it, so maybe you're right, but... I don't know. This one looks real weird to me. You alright?
Yeah. Just,
okay.
It's nice to be catching up on stuff, and... Oh, that's why that arm looks dumb. Because I've got the sleeve that goes over the arm.
Maybe that arm's just stupid, Travis.
Or I could give him the edgy one-sleeve look. Go for that one-winged angel aesthetic.
I wasn't sure how on the nose you were going to go with that, but you said one-winged angel, and I'm bailing out. I don't want to participate.
Yeah, I mean, just
I protest.
Ridiculous, kind of nonsensical.
Digimon
Yeah.
The Digimon and Final Fantasy design elements.
Mm-hmm. It's cool because he has 6 belts on one arm and none on the other.
Right. That asymmetry is how you can tell he really doesn't give a heck.
He's truly ambivalent to good and evil.
When are we gonna do our Digimon episode and make something terrifying that has no correlation and explain it away with Digimon rules?
I can say this on stream because I mean I don't mind this leaking. But what if we each did a smaller Digimon that we gave to the other to Digivolve?
Oh, I'm on board. I think that's an amazing idea. That's it. You don't even have to, like, twist my leg.
And I guess we have to decide how small we want to start. Do we want to start like the little blob stage?
I think, I want to say they call it babe. I think it's baby starter rookie. Is it starter?
Like
I think it's starter. I think it's starter then rookie, maybe,
That
or
sounds
rookie
right.
and rookie and starter might be synonymous, just translated. Whatever, but people will know what that we mean. So who cares?
We'll actually do the research before the episode.
Research our Don't want to fuck up our Digimon lore.
Yeah, that'll be the one that'll really get
That'll
the
be
people
it.
riled up.
That'll get us blasted on the socials. You know, where we're a topic of contention.
I don't know. Controversy spawns, traffic.
I guess. It's just, you know what, all we really have to do is, like, make a hashtag about how the vaccines turned our kid into a Digimon, and we'll be front page in no time.
Uh-oh, virus Digimon.
The answers have been in front of us all along. You just had to open your eyes.
Digimon liberal monsters.
Except that we portray it all as true. We don't let the lie slip once.
Oh yeah.
Ban it.
We're working for the leftist cabal. Because they're going to give us free adrenochrome.
Yeah. The only cure to the vaccine microchips.
Oh yeah, and we're siphoning the supply so we can drive up the price.
That one's a little too real.
Oof.
Did I get a color for this character's glasses?
Yeah, don't like this.
No. Well, I don't like you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow. I get it. When Aaron's not here, I can bully you.
Yeah. And there's no sheriff here to say no bullying, so I guess bullying's cool out here in the West.
Awesome. Yeah, the West was really known for their stringent anti-bullying policy.
Yeah. But then, like, out on the trail is where all the cool kids hung out. Fuck, this hand sucks.
The circus arc monsters? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the more Kyra talks about Sailor Moon, it actually sounds really cool. Like, these arcs keep sounding, like, more and more bizarre and amazing.
Like, it sounds more and more like Power Rangers to me. And I mean, I'm here for it.
Like, without ever having watched it, it just sounds like what gave inspiration to JoJo's. Also, not having watched any of JoJo's.
I could see that. JoJo's just seemed like they wanted to do 6 different shows, and so they did, but threw a couple of the same characters and the same name on it. Also,
I'm going to. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say it took like JoJo's being described in a very specific way for me to get into it.
I might just look for a 30-second GIF of the first season and claim I've done my homework.
Oh yeah, if you've seen the dog getting thrown in the furnace, like that's it. Spoilers.
I'm about to say that's not a joke, is it? Like, is this a long-winded Sweeney Todd reference, or is this a thing?
You'll have to watch and find out.
You son of a bitch. Well, no, now I'm just gonna quote that to Aaron, and he's gonna think I've watched it. So, thank you for the out.
Shit.
This is what you get for thinking you're a smartass.
I made an ass out of you and I.
Don't drag me down with you.
Get down here on my level.
I don't wanna. Too busy coloring furries.
The three main enemies in this arc are Tiger's Eye, Fish Eye, and Hawk's Eye. They are on a mission to steal beautiful dreams. Yeah,
I think that
I can get
in
behind
itself, yeah, that in itself is a beautiful dream.
Or some kind of twisted nightmare.
Oh no.
And find a Pegasus. Oh ho ho, Yugi boy. I see you found me in a different anime.
Uh-oh. Unrelated to the Pegasus bit.
That falls in love with Mini Moon. Okay, I'm following so far.
What the fuck is a mini moon?
It's like the moon, but smaller.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I have no further questions.
Glad I could help. Sailor Moon's daughter.
Wait.
Ufa.
Actually, I didn't realize the show. How, like, what's the timeline in that show? Or is it like a future thing?
That's why I can't figure out this hand.
Because of Sailor Moon's daughter.
Well, that, and because I'm an idiot.
Whoa! What's wrong? You want to talk about it?
Hands.
Hands? What kind of hands? Was it left or right?
Left.
Left? Alright. You're right-handed, aren't you?
Sure am.
Inferior.
Hey, I'm not gonna get a... I'm not gonna get
go ahead.
told I'm the devil's child for simply writing or drawing.
Oh no, because the Bible's always been the best moral compass.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, something came up. I'm gonna leave.
I'll catch you later, Satan.
Guess I was wrong about one thing. Doesn't matter if Aaron's here or not.
We're still gonna get a hostile.
I'm still gonna get prosecuted, you know.
Yeah.
Persecuted, rather.
Ain't no rules.
I just say prosecuted came to mind because of how often I bring up legal talk here.
Gotta stay on brand.
At some point, I'm just gonna go so hard into the bit, I'm just gonna come in one day and be like, hey, I passed the bar exam. And then actually provide proof.
Got your Rankin University lawyer's degree?
Some internet, barely respected college that probably doesn't actually have any impact on my ability. I feel like if you're a lawyer, you know your shit or you don't.
But you'll be fully accredited.
And that's all that's important as far as I'm concerned.
As far as the law is concerned, too.
Right. Tremble in fear at my college or my online degree. I have to say, clearly I don't care about degrees. I went to college for art. Tuxedo Mask is in college. Oh, wait, I didn't read the first message. Oh, okay, so it's incestuous, well, I guess just Back to the Future, which I know vaguely the plot of, even though I've never seen it.
You've never seen Back to the Future?
Nope, I've never been there.
Well, we gotta get you there in the first place so we can take you back.
You could create a whole segment on 10 Paces of movies I haven't seen, but people are mad I haven't seen them. And I'll just be me and the Zoomers being like, what is this movie about?
That'd be a fun episode. Drawing movies we've never seen. And just kind of, like a general scene or idea of what happens.
Some of this shit we've heard about offhanded.
Yeah, like I've never actually seen, what's the one with the bowling alley and I drink your milkshake? There Will Be Blood. But I feel like I've seen enough, like,
There Will Be...
through the zeitgeist that I could probably draw something that happens in it.
You described that and said There Will Be Blood, and I was left just struck, because I've seen that movie and don't know what you're talking about. But I think I fell asleep at least 4 times during that movie.
Like, I hear it's good, and like I know Daniel Day-Lewis is a good actor.
Don't doubt that. And I'm not sure if I fell asleep because of the movie, I just know that I did.
I just know that Bronus and I used to always quote, I drink your milkshake at each other when we'd go to Steak and Shake and drink the other person's milkshake.
That seems apt. Also, what the fuck does that mean in context of the movie?
I think he actually drinks another guy's milkshake.
Yeah, this isn't even like some weird jib from back then, it's just him being an ass.
I assume so, I haven't seen it.
Listen, I have, and you're the expert on the movie. Like, that's... what a power dynamic.
We each provide, like, a list of reasonably well-known movies that we haven't seen, but I'd say, kind of at our own discretion of how much we know about them through cultural context.
Yeah.
And then Aaron can decide which one we have to draw, either like a scene or, some representation of.
Literally all I remember from There Will Be Blood is a wooden beam falling down a well, and him screaming a bastard in a basket.
A bastard in a basket?
Yeah, I think that was that movie. That's it. That's all I got. But, yeah, anyway, back to the original thing. That dynamic in Sailor Moon sounds a little, fucked up.
Let's see. Minnie Moon trying to Marty McFly.
Yeah.
Trying to Marty McFly herself out of existence.
Yeah, well... every now and then you say, I'm gonna fuck myself out of existence, and it's actually possible.
I didn't ask for this. I'm gonna use my time powers to go back and stop it.
I was like, there's much easier ways you could have accomplished this, but none that would be as striking.
Go out with a bang.
Yeah. She also hates Sailor Moon. Well, that just sounds like a typical mother-daughter relationship for some people. I've watched my younger sister get mad at our mom for shit she wasn't even around for or could do, and it's just like, well, just teenager things, I guess.
Just teen angst.
Basically, and it's like, I just look at it, it's like, oh.
When you go back in time and try and ruin the timeline
Yep.
out of a teen tiff.
I mean, that is basically the plot to half time travel movies, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, that happens enough. Sitting here fixing mistakes on this page and trying to remain coherent. It's not going well.
Struggling with this hand.
I haven't even looked over. What's going on with the hand?
I think I've got the shape pretty well where I want it. I just gotta clean up the lines now.
Oh, Mini Moon's only 7. Okay, that changes everything. Sorry. You fix the size. I think what you're missing is the implication of the fatty tissue right there, yeah. I think that's kind of the big area that was missing on it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's fine.
I think that thumb needs to be a little longer.
I would add some fabric into that little divot where the hand and wrist meet too, because it's looking like the wrist is a little non-existent.
This is where I'm cleaning up. It's like this whole...
Yeah.
I'm just moving around the bottom towards the back.
Yeah, other than that, it looks great though.
Thank you.
She gonna have gloves on, or?
I've kind of got like this thing that loops up between like the index and middle finger, but I guess now you can't really see with this hand pose, but...
Index and middle... Okay, that adds up, because it looked like the middle two are cloth, and the other ones might have fingernails.
It's a little more visible on that one.
Yeah. I can kind of see what you're doing with the fabric leaning up to it. Like, it's one of those things when it's colored, it's real obvious. Alright, and then back I go to ignoring that for 12 hours.
Enjoy. Well, I appreciate the insight.
Yeah, no problem.
As always.
Yeah, anytime you want to do these impromptu streams, let me know, because I can always hop on a voice call while I do my work.
Yeah.
I wish more of my artist friends would be willing to do that, but they're too easily distracted.
I'm just trying to get rid of my fear of failure by doing it on stream as much as possible.
It works. That's kind of something one of my teachers in particular at Cubert forced us into. It's like, hey, you're going to do this shit, you're going to do it now, and you're going to do it in front of everybody.
Yeah, because I mean,
and then some
failure's unavoidable, so might as well start doing it as much as possible.
I don't know, a big part of the lesson too was whatever you think's going to happen isn't going to be as bad as you think it is, even if everything you think that's going wrong is going wrong.
Yeah, worst thing that happens is I don't learn anything from it and spend a little bit more time where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, that's also another thing, is people look at learning art as a line goes up scenario where it's just a linear path. It's very typical when you learn something new and learn something correct that you actually get slightly worse for a short period of time. It's perfectly normal. Your progression isn't going to always be good, or linear, or correct, etc. Just like anything. You have a bad day at work. Some days you wake up nice and happy, some days you don't.
And
some
art's a little more amorphous. Like, there are good habits and hobbies, or like good habits and rhythms to get in,
Yeah.
but everybody's on their own path. I gotta keep telling myself.
Yep. Talent's an illusion. It's more about discipline.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's probably my most hated phrase to ever hear when someone looks at my art is, "You're so talented." It's like eating a graham, or not a graham, it's like eating a saltine cracker and pretending it's a 5-course meal. It's just a fucking joke. Which, is a shame, because they mean well, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, you're not really saying something with substance, and I don't blame you. You don't need to come over here and have an expert's opinion.
Yeah. Or when people say, like, I have no artistic talent. It's just like, no, you just haven't spent any time working on it.
Yeah. Which is also just a lie, because you've seen art and you've recognized if you like it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, quite literally, the only person who could ever make that argument is someone who's blind. And I feel like even they, because I'm obviously not blind, so I'm sure they even have a way to interpret it that could be extremely beneficial. I don't know, just a lot of those typical art misconceptions I don't really jive with.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're talked about enough either, because that's how you slowly change those kinds of things.
Get rid of those misconceptions.
Right?
Rhythm, you either got it or you don't. That's a fallacy.
Talk to your local doctor to see if art is for you.
I'm really glad they made it so you can take art even if you are pregnant or can become pregnant.
It was such a change for me.
I feel like I really got my life back.
Yeah. I didn't know what I would do on the day-to-day without my brush tools, and they really made a difference.
Okay, gonna have to change how we go about that. Get a little looser with it.
You know what might be fun for one of these pop-up streams sometime?
What's that?
If it'd be a really different stream, but if we go into Clip Studio or Photoshop, either one, and just make us like a couple-hour stream of making brushes or editing brushes for each other and dicking around and drawing with them.
Yeah, I'd like to see what
And then-
you look for in a brush.
Yeah, and then we can offer it as like the 10 Paces brush pack.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, because there's plenty of places we could just post it and be like, hey, download this.
Yeah. Like, obviously, you probably know where my preference lies as far as program goes.
Well, yeah. I think I'm the only one out of us who uses both.
I also just like the, I don't know if Adobe has anything set up like Clip Studio's asset store.
No. Clip Studio is, I think for like the past 5 years at least, been in their full-on corporate death throes of not doing anything other than the bare minimum to stay ahead of the curve. One of the only innovations I think they've had in the past few years was like a symmetry tool. Other than that, the way their brushes interact and the actual like photo editing is probably some of the only places they have Clip Studio be.
Yeah.
I think another 5 years, 10 at most, Clip will be even more of the industry standard, and Photoshop might be relegated to actually just graphic design. Well, that's Illustrator, but just like photo editing for real.
Yeah, and I mean, Photoshop does have very robust software, especially when it comes to like their vector capabilities.
Yeah, Clip also has pretty good vector capabilities, actually.
Yeah.
But Illustrator outperforms.
Isn't as robust, yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you're lettering a comic or, well, honestly, anything professional, Illustrator's always going to be the way to go. That is one thing. Clip Studios, fucking text tool is garbage.
Yeah.
That's one of the few things I will actively say negatively about the app. But everything else is great, you know.
I mean, give the community some time, and I'm sure they'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Or hell, I'm sure GIMP might be able to come up with something, you know, given enough time. I do love that GIMP is open source.
What the fuck is GIMP?
It's free open source art software.
Oh, okay.
And so is Blender. I didn't realize that was open source as well.
Neither did I, which means I might play around with Blender when I have some time.
Yeah, that's what I started to learn animation in.
Blender's typically 3D modeling, right?
It has 3D modeling, it has animation. It's because it's open source, it's honestly just like a studio hub now.
Interesting. I might learn on that, see if I can't learn some 3D modeling, pick up jobs that way. Because I know that's a huge need.
Oh yeah, because every artist has to be like a 3D modeler, a coder, animator, inker.
The more hats you wear, the more desirable you are, right?
I'd hope so.
I can tell you that is the case.
Yeah.
About to say, you will almost always hire the person who can step in and do everything in an emergency versus the one who can't.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's just like purely outclassed. Oh man, I'm so close to being done with like a large step in all of this work.
Congrats.
And then I can get on to actually finishing some of these pages and feeling like a human. And it's gonna feel amazing.
Spent all this time and I haven't even finished inking, but
I mean, I spent an hour inking.
About samurai robes.
That's how you learn. It's probably have we ever had that discussion about like observation?
I don't think so.
It's honestly, if you want to improve at art, my biggest suggestion is go outside. Even if you have to drive somewhere, like close by, just go outside for an hour and just observe shit. Shadows, how things reflect off each other, how they actually look. Don't draw, just observe. And I think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do that, and then whenever I'm occasionally doing like studies in my sketchbook, I'm just doing pen to paper. Like, I try to use the Bryce Co methodology and just skip the pencil.
Yeah, that permanency will often help a lot. That's something I need to start doing during our shows, actually.
Just going straight to ink.
Yeah.
It's good for, just trying to get some solid lines down.
Oh my god, this inker has crossed every line as if they were T's. Like, every line intersects where it shouldn't. Holy shit.
Nice. You love to see it. How do I reconcile this?
Don't think you do.
I don't think I do either.
I don't know what you're talking about, now I feel kind of bad.
I just kind of got stuck on the footwear segment, trying to kind of reconcile like these Sailor Moon boots with
Sandals?
samurai sandals.
Um,
I'm thinking like kind of having those shin guards that are tied
I was gonna say, I think the halfway is having like lace up the shin, and the shin guard is along the same lines of thought too, so that works perfectly.
Yeah, screw it. I'll just kind of. Well, shit. How do I want it? Because, like, having the laces go up would be more. We definitely lean in more into the Sailor Moon side of things.
I would go with the lace over the shin guards because I think the shin guards will lean her more towards just like an actual feudal warrior, and I think the lace or maybe even just like some sort of fabric, like you could do like silk knee highs, would lean more towards the sailor part. Because I do think you need a bit more visual tagging that it's a Sailor Scout. Which was a huge problem with mine, too, because I really only had one thing other than the hair color.
Let's see, I'm just going to sketch this out, I guess.
I don't know if you want to answer it on here, but are we still doing, revisiting old prompts on Monday?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, cool, because we could do that for quite a lot. Hopefully I'll be at a point in my work where next time you want to do this, I can join you.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
But at the very least, I can join you in work and lend my voice and my terrible stories and getting bullied to chat.
It's always appreciated, because you can imagine how much dead air this stream would have if it were just me.
And we need to work on our chemistry. We don't sound like we're friends, and I think it's a problem.
Well, we're not.
Right, but we need to sell it.
Oh, right.
Right. Because, like, I mean...
Get into character.
Right. Because, I mean, like, contracts aside, they need to believe it. We know, like, in paper, what's legally obligating, but they don't need to know that. Like, if we can sell it, it just...
We'll take some acting classes or something.
Do we have to do them, like, together, or...
No, fuck no.
Okay, cool. That's great, because I don't want to see Aaron attempt that.
Yeah,
and yes...
I don't want to see either of you outside of this, but, I mean, if it's for the show, I'll do it.
Right. You going to the pool party Sunday?
No. It's too far away for me to go, unfortunately.
Oh, is that your real answer?
Yeah.
Because, where, how far is it roughly from me, do you know? Because I didn't recognize the town name.
When I looked on map, it's down towards the Potosi area.
Oh, it might be alright for me. I already said no because of work, though.
Yeah.
I like how this started as a bit and it went into real, and anyone who doesn't know what we know is probably just like, is that still part of it?
But I heard Mike Gerudo's going.
Who?
Oh, it's part of the song Pool Party.
Who?
Mike Gerudo.
Why does that... Oh, I'm thinking of Gerudo from fucking Zelda. That's why I was like, why does it sound familiar? Did I know this guy? And I was thinking of like...
at our school.
Yeah, okay, well, great.
Yeah.
Listen, the only cool kid I knew at our school was Red Axum. Go on dates, yes, together in public. Well, want to revise the contracts?
They're gonna have to up my salary, I swear.
We don't get paid.
Wait, what?
Did you actually sign what Aaron gave you?
Maybe.
We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
Yeah, I could have sworn I got my agent negotiated me a good salary here.
You in like the second page of the contract, it explains salary is how they refer to exposure.
Every time. I'm gonna get overexposed.
God damn it! This is why you need Photoshop. You need to learn. It's the only way you're gonna fix your exposure. I am fucking pixel deep fixing all these little color mistakes that I can't blame my flatter. It's just these pages are so fucking like over, or like the line work's all pencil thin, so they're gonna miss stuff. But my god,
That's a
so much of
shame.
my time is spent just fixing these tiny pixel mistakes because this inker doesn't want to use line width ever. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. I'm gonna give them my exposure.
It's gonna come out like one big gamma ray.
Hulk smash. Apparently the dates are already in our contracts and we just didn't know it, Travis.
Oh shit.
Whatever. We put on some Catboy ears, it's premium content.
I regret having Kyra as my manager.
You should have done what I did and went with definitely not Kyra.
Oh. Yeah, I hear they're a hot up and comer in the industry.
A contender for the new sheriff when I finally find a reason to cancel Aaron.
Ooh, that'll be good for you. Good for the business.
Yeah. At least I'll have a new person bullying me. I agree. You should always read what you sign.
I'm a busy guy.
The people I'm working with really should have had me signed an NDA because I'm just doing it out of assumption right now. I could show all of you this entire comic.
Spill those beans, Dakota. Spill those beans.
And then they also could just not fucking pay me because I didn't sign a contract. That is one thing I like, though. If you ever do large work, anything larger than a commission, always get a contract. Never assume. But,
Hell, sometimes I'll even take, half up front on commissions depending on who it is and what it's for.
pretty typical, and honestly, I see most people taking all up front nowadays, which I actually agree with. Because it's like any other good in service, you pay for it before you receive it. And art certainly isn't the only time-based thing where you pay for it and don't receive it right away. And I think certain things like Kickstarter or just other subscription models have really helped normalize that, which is actually great for artists.
Yeah.
But, sometimes small work, fuck it, if you trust them, sure, okay. Like, I trust the guy I'm working with, because we have enough mutual contacts that if one of us fucks over the other, they really are making a bad choice. But I also just have worked with them before, trust. But if I didn't know this guy, there'd be a fucking contract for this much work.
Oh, I bet.
But always be careful when you read contracts, especially NDAs. Because sometimes you're not even allowed to say you have an NDA. And that's when shit gets real hairy. Like, I still don't know if I'm allowed to talk about a certain project I was supposed to be on.
You were supposed to be on?
Yeah. I didn't sign anything, but I was subcontracted, and I think the guy I worked with was under NDA, so I would be getting him in trouble, and I don't want to do that.
That's smart.
What I will say for no unrelated reason is I'm not very fond of Hasbro.
Oh, I mean, that's just a good general rule. For no reasons in particular.
Right. Did sting when you see the product you were supposed to be on being advertised, though.
What's that?
I got to the other month. I saw that thing. The project I was supposed to be on. I saw it being advertised.
Oh.
I was just like, oh,
Bummer.
god damn it! Could have been my empire.
Could have been somebody.
Could have been a star.
Hasbro loves those hot new IPs.
Yeah, this wasn't either of those.
Hasbro loves rehashing their hot old IPs.
There you go.
So was it a Transformers?
That's where I'm going to draw the line because I don't know what I can and can't say. I'll tell you after the show.
Was it Bumblebee?
It was. It was.
Bumblebee
I did not
having sex with Star Wars.
Hold on, that's inter-franchise, and I don't know if I can deal with the licensing of Disney and Hasbro.
Just
Good
have
God.
definitely not Kyra handle it for you.
Listen, I would believe they could strong-arm a lot of people, but licensing departments are just dreadful.
It was definitely not Kyra Simpson. It was the new Disney princess line. Ah, yes, the flayed and maimed Disney princesses.
I'd be down. I'm cool with that.
Alright, well, nearing
Don't
nearing
die.
time for me to asphyxiate. Nearing time to wind down for me. I've got plenty else to do today, and my studio is 1,000,000 degrees at the moment. But I certainly appreciate you all coming out. Thanks for joining me out on the trail, Dakota.
Yeah, no
Kyra,
problem.
Axum, thanks for keeping us alive out here.
You have time for one last horror story?
Yeah. Let's go out on a high note.
That whole time we were chatting, I've been working away on this page, feeling real good. You mentioned that, so I decided to zoom out and see my progress, and that's when I realized this was only one of the 2 panels.
Ooh.
I thought I was close to done. Whoops.
2-panel horror stories.
God, that was one of my projects, was drawing a 2-sentence horror story.
Nice.
Really fun.
Awesome. Well, we'll catch y'all next time. We'll be doing more impromptu streams and maybe scheduling some more promptu streams. But until then, keep the sun at your back. Stay out of the brambles. Happy trails.
Stay safe, kids.